My name is Torbica. As you can see from the names here, none of us are native English speakers, so please forgive us. I'll be talking about biophilia and entheogens. Quick definition of biophilia. Literally means the love of life or living systems. I used to joke about this, saying it's strange that it has to be defined. You have to explain things in terms of Greek synonyms to say love life. It's strange how it's turned around. It was a term first applied by Eric Fromm in '65, and it's come back into fashion via gun zoologist Edward Wilson. His definition is very interesting and suggestive, and that is the connections that human beings subconsciously seek with the rest of life. The interesting thing here, it's a philia, not a phobia. If you reflect on your own lives and interactions with nature and compare it to other people, you'll notice certain patterns towards species where you may have had a phobia towards an animal. It may be natural, or it may be culturally transmitted. The philic aspects are similar. In my opinion, they're innate to a large degree. I'm not saying they're absolute and in the same degree to everyone, but I think there is a trait, personality trait, that we can use productively when we look at things like entheogens. I was very grateful in the 80s when Ralph Metzner introduced the term entheogen. It was a real gift, and I could look at psychedelics in terms that weren't contaminated by things such as hallucinogen. You had a very clear descriptor of MDMA that produced empathic characteristics, state of consciousness, sympathy, empathy. It's an interesting point that a lot of scientists are looking towards ecology as a spiritual practice. This quote is a recent quote from the Encyclopedia of Religion and Nature. I think the key point there is that scientists can be grounded in cosmological and evolutionary narratives. In effect, the myths that scientists have given us, that we're producing, are as valid and as reverent as the myths that we were given as children. Now, this is interesting. I'd like to thank Bjork and her creative manager for giving me license to use a section from her LP shows how her album, and the app that came with it, which is called Biophilia. So my introduction kind of pales into significance.
Welcome to Biophilia, the love for nature in all her manifestations, from the tiniest organism to the greatest red giant floating in the farthest realm of the universe. With biophilia comes a restless curiosity, an urge to investigate and discover the elusive places where we meet nature, where she plays on our senses with colours and forms, perfumes and smells, the taste and touch of salty wind on the tongue. But much of nature is hidden from us, that we can neither see nor touch, like the one phenomenon that can be said to move us more than any other in our daily lives: sound. Sound, harnessed by human beings, delivered with generosity and emotion, is what we call music. And just as we use music to express parts of us that would otherwise be hidden, so too can we use technology to make visible much of nature's invisible world. In Biophilia, you will experience how the three come together: nature, music, technology. Listen learn, and create. Travel the cosmos lying at your fingertips. Touch the galaxies and move through their 3 dimensions. Discover the different song apps that they're introduced into the constellations and explore their extra features. And should you feel lost in space, you can always use the musical compass icon to take you home. Now, forget the size of the human body. Remember that you are a gateway between the universal and the microscopic, the unseen forces that stir the depths of your innermost being, and nature who embraces you and all there is. We are on the brink of a revolution that will reunite humans with nature through new technological innovations. Until we get there, prepare, explore, biophilia.
I could have easily said, using Entheogens, a lot of these sections that David was talking about. Obviously, it's not politically correct in this environment. But curiosity and exploring the world we find ourselves in is a feature that seems to be prevalent for people that use psychedelics. So I should thank York again, the director, people have got in the past, and Brian Morris's books on ecology and anthropologist. As I said, it's not a compound noun, but it really shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Human nature should be integral. How we got separated and have this elevated opinion of ourselves is a deep mystery. Maybe it's not species specific, but it's an interesting thing to observe. What I'm postulating, and I'm not stating as a fact, I'm postulating the possibility that there's a mechanism that exists in us for biophilic gene expression. Now this gene expression allows us to see, feel, perceive, and access this affiliation we have. This affiliation is around us, and interpenetrates us and supports us, but we devalue. People that use computers in the room, there's a lot of us here, but most of us use it as an operational system. We use it on one tier. There's a lot more to the computer in terms of the underlying architecture. The underlying architecture in this metaphor is the connection, and biophilia's the appreciation of the connection. It looks a beautiful picture. It depends on where you focus. It's interesting showing this to people. Some people focus on the buildings, the architecture, the trees. Some people on the whole planet. To a large degree, people create a separation. It's our civilization on top of this supported body. The ancient worldview was much simpler. It was obviously built up directly by living in a simpler world where things such as eggs and contact with eggs is prevalent. The worldview of the globe as an egg and creation coming from an egg was prevalent. We have this fractured biosphere viewpoint, I believe, to some degree. People not going with nature, being born in flats, being separated from nature, not being able to name plants, not being able to use plants, not knowing what they're for. The simplest things that children would have done 500 years ago. One thing to think about is things that change that viewpoint and arouse biophilia. This is my minimalist slide here, because rather than tell you, I wanted to pause this for a second, just to think, why would you want to arouse it? Why do you want to develop it? Is it worth doing? I think it is. The first section here sometimes being described as a DMT flash, followed by an ayahuasca exploration. The interesting things with ayahuasca at different doses. It allows us to look at certain sections. The ones here are primarily the ones I'm interested in, the biosphere. Although people that look at these areas seem to be able to extrapolate to a cosmophilia, the love of the cosmos. Once again, they don't see any separation. In fact, the separation at high dose is wiped out and made to be insignificant. Bearing in mind this last video of the standard view of evolution, it might just be respectful to look at the past, where we came from. If we came from animals, if we came from plants, then it's only fair in some ways to have respect for them. That type of plant isn't around now, so surely it's minimally respectful, appreciative to preserve these things as a form of scientific ancestor worship. If you're interested in biology, this biophilia concept is an active one. It's an active process. It's not something invented. There's a different way of interacting with nature rather than rapacious, usury one. Models exist for mutualism, commensalism, and symbiosis, where both species not only benefit